How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're just going to do a quick video. I've been asked quite a number of times how my board's going, can I do a follow-up video, and this is that follow-up video. So this is my MEEPO V3 if you're new to the channel. I've had this board now since it came out, so nearly 2 years, and I've looked after it very well. You know, I've seen a lot of people not look after their boards, and they're surprised when they go through a puddle that it no longer works. The board's not waterproof, they hate water, do not go through puddles, or they're jumping them off curbs and smacking the bottom of the board on the floor. Wires are going to come loose. Then they wonder why it's just suddenly stopped working. You know, that is what's going to happen if you treat this board like crap. It's not made for it. So, excuse the train, one moment. So, sorry about that. So where was I? Yeah, I've never took my board for any water, I've never jumped off curbs, and my board's been kept in very good condition. I ride it on the best path possible. I don't enjoy riding it on rough surfaces. It's horrible. It feels horrible. You walk off and it feels like your legs are vibrating still. It's just not a nice feeling. So I actually only enjoy going on a smooth surface. But the boards will treat you well as long as you treat them well. It's as simple as that. With a couple of things I'm going to do with the board. I'm planning to replace the wheels. I was just going to wait for them to get a bit more battered, but they're really not getting any worse, to be honest. I'm going to replace them with some 100mm wheels because I think the extra bit of size is nice for the shock absorbency. The difference in acceleration is so minimal. It's tiny. You're not going to notice it. So my dad keeps up with me on the hills. He's got an LS Pro. He doesn't struggle up the hills, which is technically he should be a bit worse. It just isn't. It's going to be so negligible that I think the positives outweigh the negatives. So that's my next thing that I'm going to do. Then I'm going to change my bushing setup a little bit. I'm going to go with a harder bushing at the back and a softer one at the front. Now originally I said another train. Do apologise. Yeah. So. I used to opt for the same. I've got orangutan nipple hards on this board, on the front and the back, and I always said that was the best. It felt much better than the one that the board come with at first. However, when I went on my dad's board, he's got a different setup. He's got it where it's hard at the back and soft at the front. Now, it's personal preference, but after having a little go on his board, I did quite like how lively the front of the board is. So I'm going to give that a go and see how it goes. Because I think it will suit me a bit better. I really like to carve hard, and it allows you to carve in much harder. So I'm looking forward to trying that. One other thing I'm going to do, the one thing that I have kind of broken, and it's not broken, it's just a bit damaged, is the remote. I haven't got it with me right now, it's in my car, but the remotes that come with these original V3s, while cool having a screen on them, they're a bit flimsy. They don't feel that great in the hand. They're very small. The wheel isn't of the best quality. I've fallen off a couple of times, and it's like I've scuffed it up quite badly, and I've bent the wheel slightly. So I'm going to replace that because the new V3 that they sell now comes with the new remote, and my uncle's just gone and bought the new NLS Pro, which shares that remote, and it's superior. You know, it's so much nicer. It's a bit bigger. It's not as big as the original NLS Pro remote, but it's in between the two sizes. It's got a much larger wheel with a lot more travel, which means that you can get a much smoother acceleration and brake, and on this you've got a much smaller distance that it can travel. So that's nice, and it's more comfortable in the hand. It's much better built, and you know, it's a good upgrade. It's definitely worth getting that if you've already got a V3 and you want to get that new remote. I do highly recommend it. Which does bring me on to my uncle's board. So my dad's had the NLS Pro for the same time I've had the V3. He got it when it just come out, and he's loved that board ever since I've had it. He's never had any problems, just like me. His wheels are in fantastic condition because we don't ride like idiots, you know. So once again, it's another example of a board being well looked after. My uncle's just gone and bought the NLS Pro, which comes with the new V3 ESC. Now, I was pretty sceptical about that ESC when it first was introduced, as I thought that doesn't make sense because the V3 is a much more aggressive board. You know, the ESC used in this, like, you full throttle it gives you everything in one go, you know, so it's not a gradual increase of speed. It's just like, hold on for dear life because you're going to come off if you don't. Whereas the NLS Pro was a much smoother, more pleasant experience, you know, so it depends on what you wanted. 2 different boards for 2 different jobs. So when I heard that they were putting that V3 ESC in the new NLS Pro, I thought, well, that kind of defeats the point of the NLS Pro, because it's a smoother board, more bouncy, more comfortable. Well, I was very pleasantly surprised. When I went on my uncle's board, it is nothing like the ESC that's in this. So while it's got the good brakes of the V3 now, the actual acceleration and the way the board acts is still just like my dad's old NLS Pro. So I was amazed at the fact that MEEPO have been able to do that. So they've obviously tweaked that ESC and not just plonked it in one and put it in the other. So I was very happy to see that, you know. It does come a little bit with the negatives of, I noticed it's actually a little slower. When I went on my uncle's, I didn't know if it's because I'd just come off this, which is very aggressive, but I went on my uncle's board and it was at 95%, so you're basically getting full power there. It didn't seem really that fast, you know, that first sort of 3 to 4 seconds it seemed slower, excuse me, than my board or even my dad's NLS Pro. So I said to Dad, I said, he's heavier as well. I said, I'll race you. So he went on his NLS Pro and I went on this new NLS Pro. His was on 75% and he's about nearly a stone heavier than me. Mine's on 95% in the new NLS Pro and he walked me. He was pulling away. So that obviously comes with the advantages, you know, it's good in some ways, better brakes, but then it's actually a little slower. It's definitely slower. So, you know, I noticed once you got going, that difference is very negligible. It's the first few seconds off the line where you notice it, which is obviously something they've done to smoothen that ESC out. But so if you're looking for an aggressive board, that's really not it now. It's actually even more mellow than my dad's board. So yeah, obviously I don't know what the new V3 is, if the new V3 is still using this style of V3 ESC or not, but I haven't had the chance to actually ride one at the moment. So yeah, this was just that's the end of the video. I mean, I will be doing another video soon. I want to do a full review on my uncle's board, a little close-up look at it, see what's changed between the old NLS Pro and the new one with the V3 ESC, looking at that new remote. So that's to come in the near future, whenever I next see him. So thank you for watching the video, everyone. I hope this video helped you out. You know, if you've got any questions, just leave them in the comment section and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. Subscribe if you haven't already. There's plenty more videos coming. I've been very busy lately with work, but I will be getting on to doing more of these videos. I've been trying to get the drag race done. Everyone wants the drag race, and we actually got a drag race video nearly, and it wasn't a very long one, which is why I was a bit disappointed, and I nearly ran over a dog. Like, a dog literally ran out in front of me and that just destroyed the video. So I mean, I had to apologise to the lady. I had to calm down the near heart attack that I had, you know, and it just wasn't the best conditions. So, you know, I'm hoping one day we can find the perfect place to get a long distance drag race done. So thanks for watching, guys. Catch you all soon. See you later.